And we are at Parc Scarlets, Llanelli for this Sunday evening fixture. It's the Scarlets against Zebre. Just having a look at the teams here. Quick look. 3 changes for the Scarlets. Rob Evans in the pack there. And the other change is one of them in the back line. Ryan Conbeer starts on the wing, a powerful player with some really quick feet. That's the Scarlets. The visitors Zebre make 4 changes, looking for a rare win on Welsh soil. Krumov slots in at 4. 2 players from the wider squad in as well, Coffey and Casso Lari in the Zebre shirt, a colourful one at that. The big attacking weapon is Junior Laloifi at 15. He's always involved, and captain Giulio Bisegni makes his 102nd appearance for Zebre. Josh Renton at 9, he can make them tick also. Here comes Zebre, looking for a win on Welsh soil, looking for a second win on the bounce, a back-to-back win. They arrive in Wales having beaten the Ospreys at home in Parma. Last back-to-back win was August 2018, and that's the captain. 102 appearances in a Zebre shirt. It's a dry night at Parc Scarlets, very rare in Wales. I'm sure the men in red will be happy to see that it's dry. Steph Hughes, the captain, leads them out. We saw Rob Evans briefly there, starting for the first time this term in a Scarlets shirt. Jack Price starts for the first time as well. He forms a youthful second-row partnership with Morgan Jones. Former Cardiff Blue, Wales, and British and Irish Lion is alongside me, Tom Shanklin. We'll have a few words from Tom. We'll have more than a few words from him, I'm sure, throughout the night. But first and foremost, it is Remembrance Sunday. And we will have a moment or a minute silence to remember those who have fallen. There we have the minute silence. Remembrance Sunday. Remembering those who have fallen, both world wars and in all conflicts across the world. The man in the middle, there he is, the Navan native from County Meath. And that is Sean Gallagher, his 20th PRO14 game in charge. Been impressed with him in Europe. The men in red, the Scarlets, will start this round 5 match of the Guinness PRO14. Angus O'Brien with ball in hand. And we are underway at Parc Scarlets. Zebre. Well, that was a knock-on, advantage being played. Scarlets can't take it. Could have been a penalty there for the Scarlets. Tom Shankling is alongside me. Tom, are you welcome down in Parc Scarlets, being a Cardiff Blue?
Oh, welcome everywhere, mate. Bit of a uncharacteristic drop there from Johnny McNichol, normally one of the safest pairs of hands out in the field, but great to see him back. You know, the Scarlets need him. Don't think we can underestimate what a big game this is for the Scarlets. Only 1 win so far. Really need to get themselves climbing up that table. You know, I think we're in for a great game tonight. Crouch! Conditions are great. 2 teams really want to play with width. Want to play with high tempo, really want to attack.
They need a clean platform, the Scarlets. Scrum was problematic against Edinburgh. That's on the deck again. Josh Renton reacts. But we're just going to have a reset. There's a Kiwi scrum half, plenty of them around, and he seems to make Zebre tick a little bit. Came back in last week, brought a lot of tempo to the Zebre attack. But there are lots of changes. People making first appearances, debuts for Zebre. 14 internationals away, 8 injuries. Maybe not at their strongest, and as Tom Shanklin said, Scarlets will be looking to exploit that. But they need possession. That is key.
Yeah, they've got it. 100% they've got to. They've got to target this game. Need to get themselves back in winning ways. Been pretty poor, really, in the first 4 games. And we've seen it again. Struggled last week in the scrum.
Not quite stable there, said Sean Gallagher. It's a free kick for Zebre. Ritzy into the evening air, into Lethley. Combier underneath it. He loves to counter. Very short man, but powerful. Straight through, over the gain line. Price, pass behind. O'Brien gets it to Steph Hughes. Evans. Scarlets attacking. Out wide they go. Ball back inside. I think Zebre have got their hands on that. Yes, they have. But I think it will be Scarlets' ball, showing their intent, Tom.
Lovely little decoy play there. Trying to get the ball out wide as soon as they can. Zebre there, you could see them blitzing up really quick. It was a nice ball from Angus O'Brien. And Asquith there, you can actually see what he's trying to do. He's trying to link again with Steph Evans, who's just given him the ball. But what a counter-attack by that man there, Ryan Combier. Pumped the legs so much in that carry. Got the Scarlets right on the front foot. You know, I watched him a lot last season. Really active, really physical.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Clear instructions from Sean Gallagher. You can hear that in the evening air into Lethley. And the Scarlets have an advantage. Can they use it? That's the question. O'Brien. Didn't have too many options there. Kept it in hand. Jack Morgan comes round the corner and carries. Dane Blacker to Rob Evans. Good little offload to Morgan Jones. Zebre trying to pinch that.
Still advantage.
Steph Evans, still advantage. McNichol just brought down. Scarlets have really started this game at some tempo. Looking for more tries. They've only scored 2 this term in the PRO14. O'Brien back for the advantage, no arms tackle.
I suppose that's the most surprising stat, is only the 2 tries they've scored. Samson Lee, and last week, Paul Asquith.
Penalty here.
Samson Lee is the top try scorer, Tom.
So many times we've associated the Scarlets with, you know, having a high amount of offloads, tries scored, defenders beaten. At the moment, you know, if you look at the stats, they're right down the bottom of the league with everything. You know, it's little things just haven't clicked from you know, and that I suppose takes us back to the first game against Munster, last minute try. Then you think about last week, you know, 2 games where they've lost by 3 points, and also red cards.
Yeah, there's been a red card in every Scarlets game. 3 of them for the Scarlets, 1 for Munster. That was 2 yellow cards for Peter O'Mahony. Scarlets discipline, as Tom Shanklin said, they're pretty much bottom of all the stats in attack in the Guinness PRO14. Discipline has been a huge problem. I think the penalty count was 20-4 against Edinburgh. They're keeping this one tight.
Don't change your mind.
Blacker trying to orchestrate things from the base. Little pop over the top, McNichol, wide ball. It's a flat ball, said the referee. Happy is Gwyn Morris and Sean Gallagher. Opening score for the Scarlets, for that man, Ryan Combier.
Scarlets worked that try really well there. You can see 4 players there in the tight area. It's that little floated ball though from Angus O'Brien. He has to float it over the top because of the Zebre defence. Look at this, Steph Hughes there. Puts the ball lovely behind, I think it's Asquith. But plenty of decoys, that's the ball from Angus O'Brien. He has to float it. He floats it perfectly into Johnny McNichol's hands, and Still need a little bit of finishing from Johnny McNichol. Nice flat pass. I think that's Ryan Combier's second touch.
Second touch, first try of the season, in his first appearance in the Guinness PRO14. O'Brien hits the upright, but the Scarlets, Tom, will be very, very happy with the opening 6 and a bit minutes.
They certainly will. They'll be happy with tries. They've been starved from them in this season so far, but really well worked. You know, good, solid set piece, good options around Steph Hughes. Takes the right option, they create the space out wide, and really well finished. Like the Scarlets we're used to seeing of old.
Calamafoni, he collects, bulldozes on. Good signing for the Scarlets. Needed someone to carry for them. Javan Sebastian.
Good.
He's sporting a new hairstyle. Kasim could have been on there for the Scarlets. Steph Evans tidies up a little bit. Just scored a try. They want to make sure their exit is pretty good. Blacker. Again, they want to carry out of the 22 to the Scarlets. Kasim does well. Goes on. Plenty of bodies in that ruck for the Scarlets to secure. And Blacker.
5.
He's shaping to kick this. This will be a box up the channel. Junior Laloifi comes to collect. He's always in the thick of things for Zebre. Scarlets try to get their mitts on it. First bit of possession, 8 minutes gone. Zebre barely touched the ball. All been the Scarlets. Couple of changes. Good tackle by Angus O'Brien there. Enrico Lukin playing 12. Boni out injured. Had an injury also as they open things up. This man's dangerous. Tom Shanklin said, what do you know about Pierre Bruno? Well, we can see from that first little dart there that he is dangerous, and it's Zebre on the front foot. Advantage being played. Offside was Morgan Jones. Ritchie with a kick through. Combier. He scored one, saves one for the Scarlets this time.
You can't really underestimate Zebre's attack. They want to attack from anywhere. They'll attack from their 22. Perfect switch there. Any youngsters watching how to do a switch, that was it on the wide channel. We saw what Bruno can do last week. Proper danger man for Zebre. Him and Junior Laloifi running the ball back.
Combia did very well to get back as Donofrio was right after it. Lovely little tip there as well.
Yeah, and this is a switch. Look, you can see, well, you're about to see there, Jack Morgan just gets soaked in, tied into that tackle, needs to keep his own channel. But the acceleration from Bruno there, that was impressive.
Chance for points for Zebre. Antonio Rizzi. Signed from Benetton in the summer. And his points on the board for the Italian visitors. Scarlets 5, Zebre 3. Coming up to 10 minutes gone. Good response from the Italian visitors.
Really good. First decent amount of possession they've had and created 3 points from it. Really dangerous, and that's a bit of a wake-up call, I think, to the Scarlets to switch on defensively.
High-hanging restart.
Advantage.
Another penalty against the Scarlets. High tackle, timing in the air. Scarlets, they want to improve their discipline. They're not doing that at the moment as Steph Evans collects the ball and a couple of Zebre defenders. It must have talked about discipline. It must be top of the list in the team meetings, Tom.
Yeah, keep a clean sheet, squeaky clean. I mean, Ryan Combie just gets himself in a bit of a pickle there. Doesn't know whether to go up, doesn't know whether to tackle him. But that's actually Calamafoni. Sorry, Kasim, I think. That is in fault there. Just gets the Zebre players around the neck. But yeah, it's such a great weapon to have. Someone like Kasim, someone like Calamafoni in that back row, just want to carry for you all day. Then you've got Rob Evans making his first start as well. That's 3 big carriers. And it's not just about going wide, it's about the hard yards, going forward first. You know, they've missed. I really think they've missed someone like Rob Evans. You know, loves ball in hand, loves tackling, loves going forward.
Well, that's what Zebre are doing at the moment.
Tackle!
Yeah, Rob Evans back playing rugby, back fit as well. In the week he's been talking about a shoulder injury he's carried for almost 2 seasons. Ritzy trying to turn Johnny McNichol, but finds the man in red. Good response from Johnny McNichol as well. He's made a swift return to play. Good tackle as well. Good chase.
Tackle!
Kasim.
Rip, play on, rip.
Nothing wrong with that, as Taylor Davis reacted quicker than anybody else. Steph Evans with a little dink over the top, couldn't quite collect it.
Advantage knock on.
It's gone forward from his hands.
Advantage
Marco
over.
Manfredi took it for Zebre, and they've kicked that little opportunity away, potentially.
Quality vision from Steph Evans there.
Not so quality hair though, maybe, Tom.
Blacker on the line.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who he looks like. I think it's the guy from, the little kid from Free Willy. Probably remind me of his name now. But look at this. Great vision to see that space behind. And these are the bounces that probably would have gone to hand last year. Not quite happening this year so far.
Yeah, as Tom Shanklin said, as that maul is held up, it'll be a Zebre put in. Things haven't quite ticked for the Scarlets, home or away. Going right back to that Munster game. They were clear, looked like winners. With about 10 minutes left on the clock, but that was all change. And Munster stole it when the clock was red. They've not quite got into any kind of gear since then.
Struggled a little bit, but it's, you know, you look at the team, it's a quality team, just struggling really with possession, struggling with territory. You know, it's difficult to win games when you're starved of both of those.
Bind!
But as I said, you know, this is a good game for the Scarlets now to come back into hopefully winning ways at home. Great weather for the type of game they want to play.
Just make sure you hold the space.
But discipline, you know, for me, has to be huge. And it starts really at scrum time. Rob Evans came on last week. He did make a difference to that scrum, you know, be it appalling conditions. But, you know, the way the Scarlets want to play, they need to have a solid set piece to launch their attack.
Is it a must-win, Tom, for the Scarlets, you think?
100%.
You're at that point already in the season?
Yeah, 100% it's a must-win.
Bind!
You know, this is a huge game for the Scarlets, you know, as we've talked about so far already.
Early 3.
You know, poor start to the season, you know, right down the bottom in stats, in points. You know, we don't normally associate. You know, look, the Scarlets have lost games in the past, but, you know, we've seen some quality performances from them. We've yet really to see them really, I think, get into sort of 3rd or 4th gear.
They've elected to go for another scrum.
There's a free kick against you for stability and a free kick against you for stability. So you both need to take responsibility for it.
Rob Evans,
Here's the mark.
is he stable, Tom?
He'll say he is.
But it's one free kick apiece. One to Zebre, one to the Scarlets, as Michael Bradley and his team look on.
Crouch!
Scarlets ball in this scrum, bang on halfway at Parc Scarlets in West Wales.
Set! Wait!
It's pretty clean possession for the Scarlets. Callum Mahoney has it at the base. Well, penalty given. I'm not quite sure why Sean Gallagher didn't leave that go.
You've dropped your bind and driven across. 3.
A little bit pedantic there. You know, Dane Black was straight on it, as was Angus O'Brien.
Scarlets want tempo in the game, Tom. That's what they really want. You know, I'm not saying Zebre don't. They're a team that play an open, expansive game as well.
Yeah, but, you know, they're the type of opportunities you want to see.
I understand your point.
The Scarlets be allowed to play the ball. You know, Sean Gallagher there blew up straight away. I couldn't see a reason why. Maybe just because he wanted to explain the reason for the penalty, but you can do that the next stop of play.
Yeah. Unless it's a real yellow card, then I can't see any reason not to allow play to continue as Kassim takes that cleanly. Jack Morgan. In comes Combia. He scored one. Takes Sean Gallagher with him there. Blacker. A little bit of pressure as Calamafoni carries. Good tackle by Manfredi on him. Kassim carries. Socks down always for him. Asquith. Talented footballer. Been at the Scarlets a while as the Australian sevens player. Can play pretty much anywhere for the Scarlets as Blacker digs it out again. McNichol wide. Steph Hughes to Steph Evans. I think he picked it up off his toes. He did indeed. Rob Evans carrying. Gets that extra half a metre on the floor. O'Brien back inside. Taylor Davis there with the ball. Kassim involved again.
Release!
Scarlets getting cleaner possession. Asquith, can he offload? No. But the ball is there for Blacker again. O'Brien, we've seen him float one over. Tries the kick, but he knew the advantage was coming.
7 Black, 7. Tackle without the ball.
Asquith slips through there, doesn't he? Just looking for someone on his right-hand shoulder. But you have to say, pretty decent defence from Zebre there. You held the Scarlets out. Scarlets threw everything at them there for 3 or 4 phases.
I guess this shows as well, Tom, that the importance of winning this game as we see the replay.
Yeah, and this is what, look, he just squeezes through there. Johnny McNichol gets taken out. That's what the penalty's for. You can see him looking just for a support runner. But this is what happens with Zebre. You put them under a lot of pressure. They do concede penalties. Conceded a lot last week. But it's about the constant pressure, and to put constant pressure on, you need the possession, you need the territory as well. But so far, it's been a very good start.
No problem for Angus O'Brien, extends the Scarlets lead. They're up to 8. Scarlets 8, Zebre 3. 18, almost 19 minutes gone. Glenn Delaney there. He'll be happy, Tom, with what is seen in this almost the first quarter of this Guinness PRO14 match.
Yeah, he should be really positive. Error count hasn't been too high. He scored a nice try early doors. It's just little things like this now, securing the kickoff, clearing your lines. We've seen so many teams messing up, knocking on, too many phases, not being able to kick on their terms. It's such an important part of the game.
Use it!
Blacker again. He's going to lift one into the evening sky. Always looking for a good exit. Steph Evans. Is that Laloifi? Under that one, yeah, it is Zebre ball. Similar to last time. Calamafoni, that's what he does all day. Good line speed from the Scarlets there again. Steph Hughes putting some pressure on Lukin. And it's gone forward from Zebre. It'll be a Scarlet scrum.
Really good spot blitz from Steph Hughes there. Gets off the line very quickly. Gets man and ball. When you're playing in the centres, outside centre, wing.
I need you to maintain that good body shape
listen
as
to
well
it.
if you can. That's why I penalised him, but I need to see you working hard.
But that's where 13s and wingers really have to be able to read the game defensively, make the decisions to come up and blitz, because if you don't make that tackle, holes are open either side of you.
And I've spoken to him as well.
That's what you say is a spot blitz, you said, Tom. That's, coming out of the line and putting pressure on a ball carrier.
Yeah, that's when one player does it. Often, when the ball is wide, when it's slow, the whole team blitzes up, mostly led by the winger. But when one player rushes out of the line on their own, they've seen something, they've seen a slow delivery, a poor pass.
Time on.
You get to read the ball coming across the line. You're looking at what's in front. It's high risk, but it's high reward as well, and that's what Steph Hughes has done there. He's won his team a turnover.
Yeah, I think Corin Betty did it yesterday in the Australia-New Zealand game right at the end.
He was brilliant. He was brilliant the whole game.
Some player, some game that as well. It's been a pretty open affair.
Crouch.
Good game here at Parker Scarlets as well in the Guinness PRO14.
Bind.
First quarter is done. Scarlets 8, Zebre 3.
Both.
But this has been
I said
the
I'm not going to
only
accept
problem,
free
I'd say, so far.
We need the space.
Sean Gallagher has been pretty clear with his guidance scrum time. Rob Evans just had a chat with him about it. And I have no problem with the referee's communication, purely down to the two front row.
It's tough refs at scrum time. You know, they want to get their point across early. You know,
Crouch.
they want to make sure that it's not a game littered with poor
Bind.
scrums. It's about stamping a little bit of authority and their take on what they want to see from a scrum.
Get it out of there quickly is the answer. Asquith, Steph Evans keeps it in play. How's the chase? Ritchie is back there under pressure.
Stop.
Good chase from the Scarlets. Pretty good clearance from Antonio Ritchie as well.
Good option all round. Steph Evans nowhere to go, puts it through. Chase led by Steph Hughes, really impressed with him for the last few seasons at Scarlets. Doesn't get called up to the Welsh squad, but every week puts in solid performances. You know, he's the type of player you need and you want in your squad. There the whole year round, doesn't get injured much.
Small.
And obviously the captain as well.
Planned move by the Scarlets from that line. Davis, the hooker, carries. Steph Hughes is the captain of the Scarlets. He was a former Wales in the 20s captain as well. Vital to have a good rapport with the referee.
Not on the ball.
Scarlets almost got isolated there. Kassim, Steph Evans tries to get on the outside. Support is good. All the backs are in the ruck. Davis carries again. Good low tackle by Marcelli. Lorenzo Marcelli in the 8 shirt, the man originally from Joburg. Oh, good attacking play there from Steph Hughes, but then it's gone forward and Johnny McNichol plays it. So that's a penalty.
Knock on.
Yeah, all the way through that really. Zebre fanned out defensively, weren't committing too many to the ruck. There was no clear overlap for the Scarlets, and you know, that's the second time the Scarlets have really had a crack at Zebre in their 22. And Zebre come out strong. You know, it seemed really organised defensively. You know, apart from that one slip through for the first try. You have a look here. I mean, that Asquith there, it's a second. There's Steph Hughes, I think, just trying to slip that ball. It's those 50-50s really, isn't it? You know, that we spoke about last couple of seasons have been coming off. This year, not at all.
They reacted well there. Taylor Davis to Morgan Jones. Big second row, young second row. Carries well.
Play.
Wide the Scarlets go again, trying to get on the Zebre outside. They might have a look at that again. Depends what happens. Steph Evans, basketball pass back in. But the flag is up.
Looked incredibly flat, didn't it, from Steph Hughes. But they are making inroads down in the wide channels when they can get the ball there. Let's have a look at this.
You know, when the assistant referee doesn't move, holds his ground, he's thinking, that's a little bit flatter than I'd like to see. But they've got the advantage of going back with using TMO and things these days, Tom.
Yeah, they do.
Take a step.
You might as well let play go ahead. You can always go back.
Yeah, you can always break their hearts if they score a try. It was great footwork from Johnny McNichol there to get on the outside of Laluifi.
Scrummer line out red.
Yeah, so good ball in hand. Love watching him play.
Well, Scarlets, good opportunity just outside the Zebre 22. Another warning from referee Sean Gallagher.
Just see Steph Hughes, Paul Asquith, swap positions. Probably Steph Hughes being a little bit more of a creator. You know, plays 13, but suits 12 just as much with his passing game and his vision.
Just making the Zebre defence think.
You think something's going to come through Steph Hughes now at 12. When you're playing off 12, you're able to play a little bit wider.
Play.
Free kick taken quickly.
3 stepping round.
Well, no move, he had to carry it there. Scarlets now looking to get some tempo into the game. Kasim, take the 22 as the gain line. Not over it yet from where the free kick was awarded. O'Brien tries to sneak over it.
No. You took
Sebastian.
Oh, it's a great line.
Great ball from Sebastian to Jack Morgan. If he crosses, which he does, I think they might take another look at the pass, Tom. What do you think? What a great line, great offload, but it'd be a shame if it is one of those that you just mentioned that they break their hearts and bring them back.
I think we're all right. I mean, we've got the benefit here of having a bird's eye view. Doesn't look like Sean Gallagher's going to go to it. What a line, though, by Jack Morgan.
What a finish as well from him, because he still had a lot to do.
Yeah, and he thought the ball was on the inside, and he steps off the left. No, we are going to have a look at it.
Just give me a second, says referee Sean Gallagher.
I mean, first instant, that looked okay, but
this will be a good line.
Yeah, from this angle, it does look like it's gone slightly, yeah.
Oh, it's a cracking ball, but I think maybe the hands have gone a little bit forward.
Okay. Yeah, check.
Okay, that's full pass.
Check. Checking the last pass, Ian, is it?
Well,
yeah, I'm just going to show you the...
It'd be quite nice if they let this run for a while just to see Jack Morgan's finish.
It's a great step, wasn't it?
Bryn Ammon product in the Ammon Valley.
Red 3, okay.
Beats Laloifi.
Good pace as well.
Oh, they stop it just before he crosses, but this is the angle, as you said, Tom.
I just think if Sebastian had carried on running forward there, you know, he's trying to fade away from that pass and ends up going sideways.
There he is, Sean Gallagher, the heartbreaker. No try for that man, Jack Morgan. Back they'll come for a scrum to Zebre.
If you're a back row and you've scored a try like that, you'll be absolutely devastated to be called back.
You'd keep it for the show reel, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's a try worthy of a centre, a back 3 player. Quality finish. Just a shame that ball from Sebastian goes forward, and it was a full pass, unfortunately.
Chance gone begging for the Scarlets. But still a good position. They look to put pressure on the Zebre scrum. And on the exit, this probably will be Antonio Rizzi at 10. Don't look to have a left-footed option there. Always handy to have a left peg, as Tom Shanklin had.
They got substitute for Lee Byrne. He had the siege gun. Wonderful kicker off the left.
Pressure came on for Zebre.
Inside.
He went to the deck. Rizzi clears. Konbia, seen him counter. Will he counter again? He doesn't mind contact. Good defence, that was Krumov.
Could be on left now, if they can get quick ball off this ruck.
It is on, like Tom Shanklin said, but it's not quick ball. Blacker has to wait for it. McNichol, long ball out. Jack Morgan out in that channel. Kick inside.
Good kick.
Blacker uses quick feet. Now then, is this going to be a try for the Scarlets? I think it is. Dane Blacker crosses for what should be a second score for the Scarlets.
Great pace from Dane Blacker there. Really impressed with him. At 9 for the Scarlets. You can see the space here. 2 good passes, one by McNichol.
There's a kick involved. Oh, I'm just looking where Dane Blacker was when that kick was put through. I think it was Asquith out there.
It was off the outside of the boot.
Oh, here we have. Check. I've heard. No problem with the passes. This is the kick. There's Blacker. I think he just holds his line enough.
I think it was 50-50, and I'm sure you've got to go with the attacking team.
Have a look at it.
If he is offside, Tom, you know, he could have held his run a little bit more again.
We're going to have a look at this.
Yeah, it's difficult for scrum halves when they're
I'm just
running that
looking
positive
at
line.
9 is actually in front of the ball, okay? Just going to pause it, so it's just going to be time to look.
So we're checking for a potential offside at the
Oh,
kick.
I think that's okay.
I think he's timed it perfectly.
I think
It's
that's
going to
okay.
rock and roll, just to double check. It's okay.
That's
you
okay.
can with your on-field decision.
Okay, so the try stands.
There we have it. Scarlets will be smiling. On-field decision will be correct. And this finish from Dane Blacker will stand.
It's good communication from the Scarlets to see it's on, get the ball out there. And so far they've looked really dangerous once they got the ball in the 5-metre channels going forward. Made a lot of inroads into the Zebre defence.
Successful conversion for Angus O'Brien this time as well. He avoids the upright to make it the Scarlets 15, Zebre 3. Approaching 30 minutes of this round 5 Guinness PRO14 match. Scarlets have controlled it, Tom.
Yeah, Scarlets done really well. Really well. You know, Zebre defence has held up well in certain parts, but you know, the attack, the possession, it's all been with the Scarlets. They've looked hungry. You know, it's relentless at the moment, a relentless attack. And that's how you got to beat up these teams like Zebre. You know, you've got to put constant pressure on them.
Use it!
Yes, indeed you have, because Zebre themselves are dangerous. They've proven that. A lovely little bust and switch by Pierre Bruno. Crossfield kick, a little bit too much on it. It's gone forward. And there is that man again, Pierre Bruno. Scarlets have to be wary.
I just
no
suppose
counter-up.
that's the game management. You just want a
slapped
little bit
forward in the air by the red player.
better from the Scarlets. You know, there's no real need to put that crossfield kick, and it wasn't on. It was marked. You know, you can see the positive side to the Scarlets. You know, they want to go out, they want to play, they want to put a show on, they want to play attractive rugby. But
we need to make sure you stay
the second part of that is just making sure your game management is there, and not a massive need for Angus O'Brien to put that kick in. You know, Scarlets were in control of that breakdown. Could have easily put it long, could have easily put it in the air with a kick chase.
Well, the result is a scrum for Zebre.
Crouch!
Inside the Scarlets half, somewhere they haven't been that often. Josh Renton.
Set! Both to ground.
That's just a slip. It'll be a reset, no penalty, no free kick this time.
Okay. You need to get your feet further forward. Long and high and keep it up. Okay.
Clear and concise from referee Sean Gallagher again. That's Rob Evans back in a Scarlet shirt.
Good feet. Good bind one.
Shoulder injuries. He's come off the bench a few times, but tonight he starts. To wait and see if he makes a return to Welsh colours. He'll have to make do with the red of the Scarlets for a while.
Bind! Set!
Doesn't look too stable on that side. Rob Evan was a little bit high.
One to ground. One to ground.
And he's the man penalised.
Penalised to go on the ground first. It's difficult, isn't it? Difficult ref in the scrum. You know, neither team are going to want to say they've been in the wrong, but at some stage, Sean Gallagher has to make a decision. Look, you can see he's not happy.
Well, from what I saw, he's just a little bit high and a little bit late going into that one. But I don't think he folds in.
She's a poor engage. That's what penalised for.
Not again.
More!
Penalty giving Zebre possession and territory in the Scarlets half. Penalty count is still against the Scarlets.
Don't change your bind. Don't change your bind. Advantage.
There we have it, another advantage. Don't change your bind, don't change your bind. You change your bind, it's a penalty. So whatever happens here, we'll come back. Renton want to play Zebre. Ritzy, long ball out, Donofrio out here. Is he going to go for the corner? Cuts back inside, beats numerous Scarlet defenders flying over.
Advantage off your feet.
New advantage, Renton. Oh, that's the centre. Lukin came on a good line. Still advantage for Zebre. Holding the 9 in. Could have given countless penalties against the Scarlets here. But it is one for pulling in the 9.
Brilliant ball over the top by, I think it was Ritzy. He just thought...
So red player pulling the scrum half in.
Donofrio should have gone for the corner. He steps back inside, and that's where the Scarlet scramble defence was strong.
Pulling in the scrum half and changing your bind.
Like you said, Tom, this pressure has all come from that crossfield kick. Maybe when the Scarlets have just gone 15-3 ahead. They don't need to play that much rugby, but from trying to do so, they're camped on their own try line.
And you don't want to remove like the DNA of the Scarlets, which is, you know, to attack really from all situations, but there's got to be an element of game management, and that's where you need Angus O'Brien to have a clear head, Dane Blacker to have clear heads, you know, put them in the right areas, don't put themselves under pressure.
Zebre put themselves under pressure. They've got out of it as well. Laloifi looking to get on the outside. Steph Evans, a switch there. Bruno's got the ball behind his back to Ritzy. I don't think he'll thank you for that. That's a tackle now. They have to release. Where is the ball? There it is. Josh Renton digs it out of that ruck. Forwards carry. Scarlets looking to keep their shape, looking to keep their discipline. Laloifi, he's lost that. That's gone forward. Now will the Scarlets look to play?
Now you could be on right.
Morgan Jones offloads to Jack Morgan. 2 under-20 products.
3 forwards. Hanging around in the wide channels.
Steph Hughes, that's charged down. Everyone is onside. Donofrio will have to be quick. Oh!
You're playing the ball off their feet.
He has played the ball off his feet, but they could have let it go a little bit longer again. Sebastian, he wanted to pass that before he even caught it. Chance gone begging for the Scarlets.
Wait. Whoa.
Oh. Shame that. Want to increase the tempo, increase the pressure. Pretty simple ball for Sebastian to catch.
But you can't come after a player like that.
But great defence on their 5-metre line from the Scarlets. Off that scrum.
It's a knock on.
End up pushing Zebre back 10 metres. Then the turnover occurs.
Yeah, I'm going to come over on this side, Craig.
Positive play from Dane Blacker there. Tap and go. You don't often see it too much in rugby anymore.
Let's go.
He just takes his eyes off the ball.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened afterwards.
Simple, basic error. There we are, push.
Strong bind, staying up.
Front row is falling out. And the referee in the middle of the 2 front rowers. Well done, Sean Gallagher. Interesting, he's on the other side, keeping an eye on the battle between Eduardo Bello and Rob Evans.
Bind! Set!
Bello, the man from Cordoba. And he wins another penalty.
One hinge.
Hinge that time from Rob Evans. That's a problem that the Scarlets had with Phil Price last week. The hinge from the hips. Bringing the scrum down. Rob Evans, he wants to open some dialogue with Sean Gallagher. But he's not complaining too much about that one, Tom.
Well, you can't complain every decision. You've got to try and get on the good side of the referee. You know, you start complaining of every decision, you know, soon, you know, Sean Gallagher will turn against him even more. So, good discipline there from Rob Evans.
The little pre-planned move for Zebre goes wrong. They've been under pressure quite a bit. This is a penalty. Scarlets just losing the discipline completely.
Yeah, penalties killing them at the moment.
No.
Really badly.
Lifting the leg.
You know, this,
Lifting the
I'm
leg.
sure, will go deep inside their 22.
Okay.
And it won't be coming out to the backs. And they look good in the tight. Zebre did last week against the Ospreys.
They've tried a little pre-planned move many a times, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one they just stick it up the jumper, Tom, and drive towards that Scarlet try line.
Get all the backs involved. That seems to be the go-to when you're 5 metres out. And it's difficult as well when you start adding the centres and the wingers and the 10. into that driving
Let's go 3.
line out. You know, his backs, you know, you're scanning up, you're looking what's in front. It's often difficult to join because the opposing team do it last minute.
Got to win the lineup first. Won the prettiest throw.
That's okay.
From Manfredi.
That's okay, through the middle.
Comes through the middle. There's Jack
Oh,
Morgan.
like knocked on there.
Back to ground.
Oh, they've got it back. It was a maul. Rob Evans and Jack Morgan disrupted things nicely and legally for a change for the Scarlets. As Maselli carries. Callum Mahoney has to move, and move he does. Zebre. Jack Price.
Advantage. Roll.
Slow from the contact area. Ritzy. Then straight through the hands of Donofrio to Luchin.
Good turnover.
Nothing wrong with that turnover from Jack Morgan, but there was a problem with Jack Price not moving away.
This player with the scrum cap.
A little bit slow. There's Jack Price wearing number 4. Options for Zebre here, Tom?
Yeah.
What would you fancy?
Probably scrum at the moment. The scrums are going well for him. You know, the scrum in the middle opens up avenues either side, but they've gone with the conservative option, take the 3 points.
Yeah, that's the penalty. Jack Price.
You know, they've got to have a word. Glenn Delaney's got to have a word with them at half-time about the penalty count. That's the only thing really keeping Zebre in the game.
Yep.
A chance for 3 points for Antonio Rizzi. 40 minutes on the clock. This will be time on the first half. If he doesn't hit the post, that is. No problem at all for Antonio Rizzi. The final act of the first half at Parc des Scarlets. And a half-time score. The Scarlets 15, Zebre 6. Half-time at Parc des Scarlets in this round 5 Guinness PRO14 match. It's the Scarlets 15, Zebre 6. It's been pretty one-way traffic. Score doesn't maybe reflect that. The Scarlets have had 1 disallowed try for Jack Morgan. What a beauty that was. Zebre are back out on Parc des Scarlets here. They took a penalty. I think they had the better of the last maybe 8-9 minutes of that first half. Were putting pressure on the Scarlets, but took a 3-pointer to make it 15-6. But realistically, the Scarlets should be further ahead. I've got Tom Shanklin, former Cardiff Blue, Wales and British and Irish Lion alongside me. Tom, the Scarlets will be happy to be ahead, but they should be a little bit further ahead.
Yeah, look, there's plenty more to come from the Scarlets. They'll certainly be targeting that bonus point. They should do. You know, look good in patches, look good when they've got the ball into the wide channels. With Steph Evans and Brian Combier, but just discipline that really needs to sharpen up the second half. You know, discipline and errors are really letting Zebre back into this game.
We are underway in the second half. Antonio Rizzi with a good restart. Pierre Bruno got a right hand to it, and Zebre straight on the attack. Ian Nagel.
Advantage 4, no arms.
There's an advantage being played. No arms tackle, but Jack Price has stayed down. There's had a little knock in that tackle as well. It's not going to change the decision, Tom, but doesn't look too comfortable on the floor there.
He went straight down after that tackle, and that's always the worry. You know, he didn't move. Fell on his front, and it's sort of, you get worried straight away when players do that. Let's have a look at this now.
Well,
he just gets himself in an awkward position. You can see the arm coming up to try and make a tackle,
yeah,
but in the process it gets knocked away.
I wouldn't have really said that was a no arms tackle, because, you know, a player changed his line at the last moment, and he caught the knock straight on the head, you know. But
yeah, I mean, it's quite a poor tackle because he gets his head straight into, I'm not sure who carried for Zebre, but straight into his legs. You know,
Casolari, I think it was. Yes, it is.
yeah, he sort of falls into the tackle rather than trying to make one, but this is after, you know, you can see him just lying on the floor. You know it's going to be serious. Hope it's not too serious. But it looked like he got his neck jarred pretty badly there.
Yeah. Good to see them mobilising things. But, you know, the Scarlets would have spoken at length about half-time about their discipline. There's 20 seconds gone in the second half. And they've already, as the fireworks go off in the Llanelli night sky, they've already given a penalty away.
Well, tackling has been a bit of an issue for the Scarlets. More so aggressive tackles, if you think of the red cards that they received. You know, it's difficult really in the game now to be super aggressive defensively. You know, you've got to be aggressive, but you've got to be able to hit low. You know, you can't really be aggressive up top anymore, because especially when players move channels, or if you're the second tackler, you know, you've got to make sure your body height is low.
Time on.
You can't really target chest too much anymore, just in case an attacker is going downwards. And they're the red cards we've seen from the Scarlets in the last 3 games.
Indeed. Danny Drake is on. Scarlets have got problems in the second row through injuries, international call-ups, and of course bans. Danny Drake being brought back from Gloucester. He's been on loan there. As Zebre and Antonio Rizzi look to get the first points of this second half. Straight in front. And straight down the middle as well. Good start for Zebre. It's the Scarlets 15, Zebre 9.
You've sort of got to redefine what aggressive hits are. You know, 10 years ago, it used to be sort of around the chest area, hitting them hard, rocketing them, but now it's more like a Dan Lydiate, you know, a chop straight down. You know, it's too risky now to really go in hard and high.
Yep. Safer to put people on the deck, safer for ball carrier and for defender as well. Take the risk of them getting an offload away.
Stop!
But what that does, opens the game up a little bit, makes it more of a spectacle. Maybe that's what World Rugby are really looking to do with safety. And they get hands free as Antonio Rizzi clears the pressure for Zebre. It's been impressive this season for Zebre. 18 points against the Ospreys in round 4.
Look how big the gap is. Just come in. Yeah. And you're in the middle. Good.
Morgan Jones late in. Will he be the target? Drake is the target, but that's a steal.
Advantage knock on.
Javan Sebastian on a surge goes the big tight head prop.
Advantage over.
Scarlets lost the lineup, but are really on the front foot. Lovely little outside drift from Asquith. Oh! Couldn't quite free his hands. Pierre Bruno clears it. And that's over the touchline. Another chance for the Scarlets gone. All started with a surge from Javan Sebastian.
What a surge, what a carry. Loves carrying, if you can catch it. Take Scarlets right deep inside to Zebre 22. It's just that tap tackle really throws Asquith.
Yeah, he was on the way down. Still Scarlet's ball.
And he throws it more out of panic then.
To the back they go to Calamafoni. O'Brien looking to get on the outside again.
Yeah.
Steph Hughes straightens things.
Zebre coming up really hard on the outside channels, cutting off that ball over the top unless you float it. But then when you float it, it's in intercept territory.
Advantage being played. I think
Advantage,
it's a knock-on.
tackle without the ball.
No, it's a penalty advantage for the Scarlets. And they'll take it.
Tackle without the ball here, and then number 1 playing the ball.
I think
off
they'll
the
try
feet.
and squeeze Zebre into the far corner and get the lineup functioning again. Zebre just pinched one. They're going for goal. Well, winning is that important for the Scarlets.
I think it's probably the sensible choice. You know, after Zebre coming out, scoring 3 points start of this half, you know, they've got to win the game first before they can go for the bonus, and I think the bonus point will come eventually. It doesn't matter if it comes, you know, in a 50th minute, 60th. You know, they'll certainly be looking for it, but it's about just getting points on the board now. about putting a bit of distance between yourself and Zebre.
Angus O'Brien, pretty good off the tee. 87% percentage for the Scarlets overall. Has he pulled that? Yes, he has.
Tee straight away, couldn't you?
Yep.
22.
A bit of a snatch on that one for Angus O'Brien. So it remains Scarlets 15, Zebre 9. Scarlets should retain possession, or regain possession, I should say, from this restart. So much hang time Antonio Rizzi can have. Well, he hasn't gone for hang time, he's just gone for length. And he's found the bulldozer, Calamafoni. Exactly what you want from the big man, O'Brien. They are trying to get on the outside. Drake out there, Danny Drake wearing 19. Placement second row for the Scarlets. Rob Evans, I haven't seen him carry too much tonight. He does there. Switching play, O'Brien decides to kick. And that's not the best effort either, over the far touchline.
He's going to have to take a couple of seconds now just to recoup, regather his thoughts. Vitally important to the Scarlets in terms of how he manages this game. Run, kick, pass. Directing his backline, directing his pack. You know, it's a big job for him today. You know, we know he's exciting. We know he loves to attack ball in hand, but it's about controlling it.
Advantage.
Another chance for the Scarlets and Javan Sebastian there to go on another rampaging run. And he just knocked it forward. The result pop up earlier was the Osprey 7. Leinster 26 earlier than the Guinness PRO14. Unbeaten run continues for the Dubliners. Pretty impressive. And another away win in the Guinness PRO14. That'll be the 12th out of 24 matches. Home advantage without fans might not quite be the same. Kasim took that for the Scarlets.
That's once, nine, that's once.
Blacker waits. Conby poised for the chase. Up she goes again. Keep it nicely within the channel. There was a chance there for the Scarlets, but Jack Morgan couldn't gather that one. It's advantage Zebre.
You just see those balls like Jack Morgan probably could have taken that. Sebastian probably could have taken that ball over the lineup. It's just a couple of core skills there. Really letting them down. Maybe you didn't see it. Looked like a half attempt at a tackle.
Yeah, he wasn't quite sure what was going to happen there. He had Antoine Coffey right in front of him.
But it's areas you don't necessarily think the Scarlets are going to produce. You don't associate it with the Scarlets.
Okay. We know where we are.
Scarlets on edge a little bit, maybe, Tom.
Yeah, I think it's showing. It's pressure being shown now. You know, it shows you how important this game is. But Ryan Conby does really well to get off the ground again. He did it at the start of this game, off the kickoff. He's done it again there.
Crouch!
You know, that's what all good wingers should do. They need to get off the ground now. They get up in the air, try and get some sort of hand to it.
Set!
Wait, by getting off the ground, if you're not going to hand to it, you know, you're putting off whoever's going to catch it, getting in their eye line.
Some ball for Zebre, Rizzi, long ball to Laloifi, and here's the danger man, Pierre Bruno. He elects to kick. All depends on the bounce. That'll be a 22, but Zebre saw that from the Scarlets, a little lob ball over the top in the first half. That brought a try for them, almost a score for Zebre.
Yeah, same move that Scarlets used for the Conbeer try that. Floated ball over the top. Really good hands there. Good ball from Laloifi. Nearly goes to Bruno, but decent covering from Angus O'Brien to get back. Worked hard.
Zebre take the restart up to the halfway line. Josh Renton digging for the ball.
Just a little short numbers here on the left for the Scarlets.
Long kick from Rizzi. We'll try it all over again. just feel, Tom, that potentially the next score in this game will be vital. If Zebre get it, their tails will be up.
Yeah, they will be. You know, momentum will be with them. I think it's time just to probably be a little bit more conservative for the Scarlets, get themselves back into it, stop those 50-50s. You know, look for a little bit of territory, look for a little bit of structure. You know, low risk maybe.
Johnny McNichol and low risks don't go together, Tom.
If they know how, in brackets.
Yep, that is the question. Coming up to 10 minutes of the second half gone at Parc Scarlets. The home team, the Scarlets, lead 15 points to 9. But the majority of this half has been played with the ball in Zebre hands. Laloifi tackled by Morgan Jones. He's one to see a red card this season. A red card was deemed enough for a high tackle out in Benetton. The only victory of the season for the Scarlets. Rob Evans does well to shift there.
Stay on red.
Not concede a penalty. Renton, his turn to lift that up. But that box kick hasn't gone really anywhere.
Black.
Bruno does really well.
And again.
Jack Morgan, competitive.
Knocked back 3 times by Black. The last one was not.
It was a mess, wasn't it?
It was.
In the end.
Not a very good kick.
No, Bruno does well. Nearly catches it clean above his head. I think this is a nice welcome break really for the Scarlets. Just a bit of time to regroup. There's Bruno just going up in the air. It's gone backwards there. And eventually a knock on, but it'll just give them time just to have a rethink, you know, really plan the next 3 or 4 phases off this scrum, because that's what you've got as a blueprint. Most teams will think 4, 5, 6 phases ahead, then they go into phase play, and then it's sort of heads up rugby. So real important stage now at the 50-minute mark for these Scarlets. They can't give Zebre a sniff of anything now. You know, discipline needs to be squeaky clean. You know, drop the error count. You know, I've got no problem with Angus O'Brien sitting back in the pocket off this and just putting it left back over that Zebre scrum and just put a bit of pressure on them in Zebre's 22 with their line out.
Scarlett started this game on fire. Cross for an early try through Ryan Conbeer. The second half has been a different story. They've been ragged at best. There's some stats for you. Meters made, the Scarlets 231. Zebre 100.
Bind!
Good gain line success for the Scarlets. I'd say those stats were all the first half. But in the second half, it's been a different story. But it's the same story in the scrum, unfortunately.
9. Yeah, we're going to move out a small bit. Leave it. 2. Yeah, I think
well, they're moving more infield.
Throw the ball in.
The pitch looks perfect underfoot. I love it when front row forwards got to clean their boots and saying, I've slipped, ever slipped, and there's no mud on their studs at all.
Okay, let's go. Good setup on that one.
Let's see if we can get a decent platform for the Scarlets. Up on the tight head a little bit on the side of Javan Sebastian. Get that ball player, Paul Asquith. He's lining up at 13 again.
Bind!
Steph Hughes in at 12. Seen that before.
Set!
Question is, can the Scarlets get them to the ball? Sean comes on.
Play.
Sean Gallagher lets it go. And here comes the move. Steph Evans throws a dodgy little ball. Steph Hughes tied these things up for the Scarlet, but they're on the back foot again. He's put on his back by Bizegni. Captain on captain. Long ball out to Kasim from O'Brien. Back inside, Asquith decides to hold on. Blacker, good pressure from Josh Renton there, came through. No problem there at all. Blacker, a call from Rob Evans to get it on the shoulder, and this is going to be a penalty for Zebre.
Turnover 4 on your feet.
The Scarlets, they said they were ragged, and they didn't improve in those phases of play.
It's getting into a bit of a dogfight now, isn't it? Initially, good play from the Scarlets to get themselves down that left-hand side. Very good tackle on Blacker there. Javan Sebastian misses a clean out there. Doesn't quite get his man, slips off. It's so hot, the breakdown now, isn't it? You know, as long as you're supporting your own weight, you're coming in from behind.
Well, there's the penalty count there against the Scarlets. 10 against the Scarlets, 5 against Zebre. That was the court man, Ian Nagel, with a big hit on Dane Blacker. Good low tackle, drove him back. Chance for supporters to go for the ball. Clean ball, Renton, short ball to Lukien. Just on the gain line, and another penalty against the Scarlets.
Tackle assist, number 3.
Javan Sebastian penalised. It's a directive that comes out every week.
You're involved in the tackle, you have to release.
If you're involved in any way in the tackle, you've got to show a clear release before you then go to the ball. A clear release is something the referees really want to see. Yeah, he just put his hands on in the tackle and just crawled his way over.
That's what he's been done for. Javan Sebastian pulling the Zebre player down and then going straight for the ball. You know, had that Zebre player gone straight down and Javan Sebastian got in, that would have been fine. That would have been a turnover and probably a penalty to the Scarlets. But because he assists in bringing him down and doesn't let go, he's been penalised.
Another chance for Antonio Rizzi. Just chipping away at the Scarlets' lead.
Away with that one.
Yeah, the Scarlets have not the greatest effort
time
there
off,
from
3.
Antonio Rizzi. And Javan Sebastian, that was his final act, giving away that penalty. On comes Scarlets veteran, South African capped tight head Werner Krier. Krier in South African. Kruger if you're Welsh, I guess. Quick little restart, Johnny McNichol, offload to Morgan Jones. Here come the Scarlets, they still want to play, still want tempo in their game. McNichol back on his feet. This is going to be a foot race, and there's only going to be one winner! Bruno crosses for Zebre. They missed the penalty, but now they've gone over for a try.
Unfortunately, that just sums up the Scarlets this season. Wonderful bit of magic from that quick 22, and then just thrown the ball away. Clearly, really well read by Bruno, but Johnny McNichol's got to be thinking better than that. And he can't be throwing a flat pass like that against the defence. That's rushing up quickly with no room whatsoever. It's going to get picked off. Great poaching from Pierre Bruno, and he just knew when he caught that ball there'd be no stopping him. Really sharp, really well read as well.
Spoke about him earlier, what a threat he was. Saw that danger in the first half on the far touchline, but now he's gone over for a score. And the question is, can Antonio Rizzi put the visitors Zebre ahead? Pushed the penalty, pulled the conversion, and the Scarlets remain ahead, but it's close. We said the next goal was going to be vital. The Scarlets lead 15-14, and everything's going Zebra's way.
Yeah, it's horrible as a team when you concede an intercept try. You've not had to make the opposing team work for it at all. But like a moment of brilliance there by the Scarlets, and then just a poor decision, straight after. That's just been their season.
Stop 8, stop 3.
Scarlets were 15-6 ahead. They tried to play a little bit too much rugby in this second half. Still trying to play. Craig Evans says his foot is on the touchline. Seth Evans believes he'd released the ball.
And you can sort of see, body shapes, body positions, everything, momentum. All the energy at the moment is coming from Zebre. I mean, Angus O'Brien doesn't really give Steph Evans much of a chance there. 2 meters to work in. You know, at some stage they're going to have to create a bit of energy, a bit of momentum for themselves. You know, but it's got to be error-free from the Scarlets at the moment.
Yeah, and all the momentum is coming from Zebre at the moment. You can just feel it.
You can hear it.
Good, you're on.
Steph Evans, Johnny McNichol. Safer option. Bruno is back there. Is that Ritzy? That's Ritzy. Antonio Ritzy, straight down the middle of the park, finds his opposite number, Angus O'Brien. They want to counter. That is Bruno back there, the try scorer for Zebre. Puts it high. Chases his own kick, does he? And that's gone over the touchline. Now then, let's see what the Scarlets have got from this line.
That's good. You know, there's a temptation there for teams to run, but you just keep kicking, really. Wait for the opposition to make the mistake. It happened from that man there, Bruno. A pretty rubbish kick. You know, plenty of time to put it where he wanted it.
Well, we've seen him run, Tom. I don't know why he's going to kick it. He looks a real threat with ball in hand. Maybe that's what he should have done, is counter a little bit.
It's been quite a slow second half compared to the first half. You know, the game pace was high, energy levels were high. It's sort of mellowed out a bit, hasn't it? You know, a lot of mistakes, a lot of breaks in play.
Penalties, error count is high now.
Yeah. Neither team really grasping a hold of this game. You know, a lot of possession this second half has been with Zebre. You know, that's all really come from Scarlets penalties, Scarlets mistakes. You know, they've been letting Zebre back into this game.
We will see a Zebre replacement. You can see Massimo Ceciliani warming up, wearing 20. He's going to come into the second row, or into the back row, maybe he'll go. Involved in this line-out. Casolari leaves the blind side. Good debut for the man there. Quite obvious with ball in hand as Steph Evans hits a short line from Jack Morgan's ball. Possession for the Scarlets. Rob Evans into traffic, he goes. Blacker, he's been caught a few times at the base this evening. Penalty against the Scarlets, I've said that more than once this evening.
On top of the ball, he's on his feet. Good turnover.
Taylor Davis got a little bit isolated there. The question was the defender on the ball or on the body? Penalty count against the Scarlets, look at it.
It's huge, it's huge. You can see how Zebre are back in this game. With all those penalties, but Scarlett's not really given any time there. Taken in.
On the line, Red.
Well, not sure what picture Sean Gallagher saw there.
Yeah, but Ian Nagel was just in the way, which Scarlets players had to jump over actually to hit that ruck, and by the time they'd done that, I think it was Bella was locked on.
Yeah, he was, the Argentinian tight head. He's quite a considerable hit to shift him. Here come Zebre again, Junior Aloifi through the first tackle. Momentum is well and truly with the Italian visitors. Renton shape to kick. Bisegni does it for him. Nothing wrong with that at the moment, Tom. Keeping pressure on the Scarlets, and you can live off their mistakes and penalties.
Yeah, and that's what they've done. Initially really well read by Steph Evans to get off that line and make that hit. He had to jam in with the Aloifi, followed up by a big hit from Steph Hughes.
Kasim leaving for the Scarlets. On comes Ed Kennedy, also wearing 20.
What you're getting at the moment from Zebre is they're not giving away any penalties, they're not giving away any field possession or position. So at the moment, Scarlets really can't get inside their half, and inside their attacking zone.
Blacker.
But he was onside, he was in the maul.
Under pressure. Yeah, Bruno, good again, another high ball.
Off a black foot, off a black foot.
Nothing wrong with that. Ritchie under pressure. Kennedy gets a hand to it. It's a very, very scrappy game at the moment now in this second half of this Guinness PRO14 fixture. And who will that suit, Tom Shanklin?
I think, well, you know, both teams want to play high-tempo rugby, really. But I think it's probably going to suit Zebre more.
Okay.
At the moment, you know, 1 point in it.
Time on.
You know, it's getting nervous times now. About 18 minutes to go. You know, at the moment, it seems momentum is with Zebre.
Yeah, over the gain line again goes Enrico Lukin.
Stop.
There's a HIA for Massimo Ceciliani as well. Just a head injury assessment for him. Olivero Fabiani is on instead. Was Steph Evans inside? He thinks he was. The official thinks he was. All the Zebre management don't think so.
No, he was fine. He was fine. Very good kick. Really good.
There's Glenn Delaney, Tom. What's going through his head at the moment? Would he be happy if the whistle went now for the end of this match and they take a victory?
No, I don't think he would be. He doesn't look happy there. You know, we're not getting a true reflection of what this team can do, the Scarlets.
Straight through goes Lukin again. On his shoulder is Coffey, the open side. But it's a penalty
Then you played the ball on the ground.
for the Scarlets for once in this game.
And then you
It was
play it
lucky,
on the
wasn't
ground.
it? Scarlets very fortunate there.
Straight through Dane Blacker, I think. Lukin, the centre, went.
Didn't even break stride, did he?
He didn't at all. The Scarlets looked to have a good defensive line there. But he appeared the other side of it. And the Scarlets lucky to get away there.
You see it off the top. That's poor technique, that is.
Time off.
You know, if you want to make tackles like that, you've got to chase with your
9.
legs. There's got to be an
And
element
12.
of you going
12.
forward as well. It can't just be a soak-up tackle. It's a good offload as well.
Yeah, he's just lost the ball then because he's on the floor, then he can't go ahead and play it again. That's what the penalty is there. As we see two changes for the Scarlets. Tyler Morgan wearing 23 is on for Paul Asquith. And change at scrum half, wearing 21 is Will Homer. Dane Blacker, his last act was a missed tackle. Clean possession for the Scarlets. Ed Kennedy, since he's come on, he's taken 2 lineouts for them. Homer, former England under 20s, jersey red.
Advantage, black one collapse.
Another penalty advantage for the Scarlets. Chance for them to try something. Trying to go wide without going forward at all. Not a bad ball from Tyler Morgan off the left hand. Combia. Just give him the ball some more.
Laloifi is terrible defending those wide channels. Just gets stepped every single time.
Still advantage for the collapse at the moment.
Kennedy through the middle end. Kennedy goes. Who's on his shoulder? Another replacement in Will Homer.
It's got to go early.
I can hear the call of shift. Through the hands it goes. Rob Evans. Oh, Pierre Bruno come in again. Morgan Jones did very well to get his hands on that one. On the Italian winger would be under the sticks again. Calamafoni on a good angle. Homer under pressure. He'll need help. Steph Evans comes in. Good play from the winger. That ball shoots out. That's gone forward, I was going to say.
You tackled him without the ball, number 1. No, it was good.
There we go.
So the ball was out.
The ball was
Black
out.
Number 9 was going to pick it up, and number 1 red tackled him without.
Tackling without the ball.
I'll have a
Yeah, that ball's out.
look, Steph.
Well, I'd say that Renton had his hands on the ball there, and that was a fair game for Rob Evans.
He's not been on the right side of Sean Gallagher tonight, is he?
He has not.
Not many of the Scarlets players have, to be fair. You know, some questionable decisions. But again, it looked like it was on. You know, when the ball was getting passed from right to left, but it wasn't crisp, wasn't in front. Scarlets players had to check. That allowed Zebre to come across. You know, there was an overlap.
Time off.
But because the ball wasn't in front, because they were a little bit flat, a little bit too keen, it was closed down by Zebre defence.
Wait a second.
Yeah, just mentioned this man, Junior Laloifi. And he was struggling out wide in the defensive channels. Well, he's replaced as well. Michelangelo Biondelli is on. Try scorer for Zebre already in the Guinness PRO14 this season. And it's Zebre ball. Clean possession for Krumov.
Don't change your mind! Don't
Navy headgear. The Italian 20 international.
No, he's at the front, play!
No problem there with the angle that Rob Evans came in. He did check with Sean Gallagher there. Fair play to Rob Evans.
Well, yeah, there's a sight of worry on his face, I think.
Please don't penalise me again. But good play from the Scarlets' loose head prop.
Yeah, redeemed himself a little bit for that earlier penalty. You say about this game now with what, 40 minutes to go, and you know what we're seeing at the moment is the Scarlets team is just lacking a lot of confidence. You can see that in the way they're playing. You can see that in the errors they're making. You know, there'd be a lot of self-doubt going on in their heads at the moment. You know, we've seen from the past results at the start of the season, whilst Zebre should be flying with confidence after last week's win against the Ospreys. You know, Zebre coming here as the underdogs, not expected to win, not expected really to come within touch and distance of the Scarlets.
Never beaten the Scarlets, Tom. They've had one draw against them way back. But they are looking for a victory, their first victory against the West Walian region.
And we spoke about just at half-time really that the Scarlets would want to push on from that first half and get the bonus point, get those 5 points, but at the moment you'd have to say they would just take a win. You know, and that shows you where they are at the moment as a team. You know, you can build on wins. It's very difficult to build and take positive out of defeat. So
did look good at half-time for the Scarlets, 15-6 ahead.
Oh, they look brilliant in the first half. You know, you think of the try that was disallowed by Jack Morgan. You know, all the possession was with them. They were the team on the front foot. They were the team looking sharp, putting Zebre under a lot of pressure.
2-1 at the moment. The Scarlets lead. They lead by a point, 15 points to 14. Coming up to 68 minutes on the clock. A free kick, scrum time. Sione Kalamafoni takes it. He's on his own, needs a runner. And Angus O'Brien was that runner. He elected a kick. Pierre Bruno. Pressure on him.
If you're going to kick like Angus O'Brien there, why don't you just do it from that free kick and get a good chase? Someone to jump in the air.
That's what they're hoping to see here. Steph Evans is after it. Has that gone forward? Is this a little bit of luck for the Scarlets that they've been looking for? Has Steph Evans got it? No, Antonio Rizzi is back there. He's tackled, he's offloaded that, he's thrown it away.
Taken back.
Wow, risky play by the Zebre 10.
What was he doing? Wow, good pressure from Steph Evans. Hunting down that kick. You thought it was going to bounce for him. You thought he was going to slide on it and slide himself over. No one commands that ball in the air. Good reaction from that left foot. It just bounces away from into Rizzi's hands. And he throws a speculative pass.
Well, he had nothing to gain by doing that because he
Not
already carried the ball over. Whoa.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but for your players, I need you to be further away.
This is where the Scarlets need to up their excitement levels, up their concentration levels. You know, brilliant attacking opportunity right under the post, 5 meters out. You know, scrum hasn't really been a weapon for them. I can't see them wanting to keep it in.
9 black, 9.
You know, you've got Kalamafoni, one of the best carriers in this league, at number 8.
I know, and that's why
you feel that they have to score from here. They won't get a better opportunity. They've not had a better opportunity in the second half than this right now.
Yeah, your whole front row.
Josh Renton leaves for Zebre. Replacement scrum half Nicolo Casilio is on.
Just go back, look. Here's the mark.
But it will be a Scarlet scrum right under the Zebre posts. That's Jack Morgan, denied a try in the first half.
Yep, that's fine.
Callum Afoney, as Tom Shanklin said, at that base, explosive. Just need the platform.
Yeah, you've got to be looking at where Rizzy is right now. Not the greatest defender. You want one of your best strike runners, like your Johnny McNicholl, one-on-one with him.
Set!
Johnny McNicholl is right behind Angus O'Brien.
No, wait. Oh.
Rob Evans, you might picked it up on the mic there.
You need to come forward, don't pull back.
Saying that
Make sure you
Bello was pulling him in. It's illegal,
nice
not allowed to do that.
It's been a good battle for 70 minutes almost between
take that
Eduardo Bello on the tight head and Rob Evans for the Scarlets on the loose head.
Hold the weight, Red.
You can see a replacement. Alexandra Tarus is waiting to come on the tight head.
Crouch!
But Bello will get one more shot at Rob Evans.
Set! Wait! Wait!
Scrum looks steady. Do the Scarlets want to shove, or do they want to play it? Homer picks. Oh, they try that little floated ball again. Not quite sure what the Scarlets are trying to do going wide there, but it's gone forward and it will be a Zebre scrum.
Yes, better than the first one anyway.
Not quite sure what the Scarlets are trying to do there, Tom. We'll see at the replay. We have an injury down as well. But there was a chance. Why did they go wide? That's the question maybe I'd ask Tom Shanklin.
Poor attack. It's a flat ball there. Angus O'Brien, you can see the space, but I mean, there's better ways to get the ball there than that. You know, sometimes you've just got to take the hit, you've got to recycle it. You know, if it's not on, you take it up yourself and you build. Yeah, it looked for one moment the hole had opened up for Homer, but you know, you can see how they're trying to attack Zebre. You know, they see they can tie them in, and there's space on the outside, but they just can't get the ball there because Zebre's defence is coming off the line really quick. It's shut them down.
No pre-engage.
Well, that man is Sam Costello. Debut in the PRO14 for him. Surprised to see Ryan Combia leave. Costello, he can play 12, 10. Went up to Leicester as a youngster, but he's come back. Signed for the Scarlets. Wales into 20s. A full house against England, I think, in the Six Nations this year. But it's a Zebre, a solid Zebre scrum.
Ball to ground.
Ritzy relieves the pressure, but he's kept that infield.
Yeah, he's up.
See what's happened in the Scarlets backline. That pretty much sums everything up for the Scarlets. Johnny McNicholl's counter, and he runs straight into his captain, Steph Hughes.
It's horrible that when it happens. You know, when you're running back and you're seeing you're 15, you're trying your best to keep out the way, but you've got to try and second guess where he's going to go. And this is poor at the moment from a team that we're used to seeing being the best Welsh region. You know, it's not nice to see at the moment. You can see how low confidence is with the team. You know, I hate to say it, but you know, sometimes this is where crowds make the difference. You know, you draw your energy from the noise they make. There's nothing Steph Hughes can do there.
Time on. That's okay.
And Johnny McNicholl's got to find a different avenue to run down. But this is the issue when there are no crowds. You know, it's hard to get that energy. You need to create it yourself, and if it doesn't happen from yourself, then you get stuck.
Don't change your mind, Dave.
And I know it's the same for both teams, but at the moment, the energy is with Zebre.
Where'd you get that spark from? It's all been Zebre. And here's a chance for them to take the lead. Pulling it down. Rob Evans penalised. Wasn't pulling a scrum down that time, he was pulling a maul down. Didn't change his bind, that wasn't a problem. But he has pulled that down. Antonio Rizzi. He's going for the post. He's going to try and put Zebre ahead, Tom.
Really disappointing. display from the Scarlets as we're having a look at this driving line out. Rob Evans again being pinged by Sean Gallagher for pulling it down. He's given him quite a few penalties tonight. It's hard to see or to say whether he's in the wrong or not. You know, a lot of them have come from scrums. Huge kick now for Antonio Rizzi.
He's very happy with that one. Corrected the problem from the previous. And guess what? Zebre are ahead at Parc des Scarlets. It's the Scarlets 15, Zebre 17. How long have we got left on the clock in the corner there? Just over 5 minutes, Tom. Problems for the Scarlets. They need a score, they need a win.
Yeah, but it's still only one penalty they need. You know, they don't need a try. But they need to get...
No, it's fine, he ran into you.
They need to get the ball back, which they have done. Not the greatest of clearances there by Zebre. You think there's probably one or two more opportunities left for the Scars to do something. You know, they won't want to rely on a drop kick. They want to rely on either scoring a try or getting a penalty. Nervous times.
It is indeed. No points. No points at all. Yes, it is for Glenn Delaney and his coaching team. No points at all for the Scarlets in the second half. They led 15-6. Now they trail Zebre 17-15. Homer, short ball to Tyler Morgan. Almost got a little bit isolated there. Callum Affoni, he's carried well, but just not been in the game really. Taylor Davis.
No, black.
Zebre now have to be the careful ones. They don't want to give anything to the Scarlets. Bello strong over the ball, but I think he's deemed to be part of the tackle.
You're not on your feet.
Well, it wasn't Bello. I think it was Andrea Lavotti that got penalised.
Pass the ball off your feet.
Two front rowers jackling furiously for the ball for Zebre.
You're sort of thinking, why would you send so many people into that ruck? Why would you jackal? Keep your numbers on your feet. Don't give Sean Gallagher an opportunity to ping you. Leave the ruck alone, just spread. And it's, what is it, Lavotti?
Yeah, disbelief on his face. Bello and Lavotti were going for the ball there.
But when you're winning, you know, so many penalties happen at the breakdown. You leave it alone, you fan out, you number up, and you get off the line. You know, you don't need to be challenging for the ball. You don't need to win it back. You're winning.
Angus O'Brien. Can he get the Scarlets out of jail at Parc des Scarlets? Struck it well. The flags are up and the Scarlets are back ahead. 18-17. Only just gone behind. Glenn Delaney will be a little bit happier as the messages fire down to pitch sign.
A little bit. Still 3 minutes left for them to give a penalty away or mess up. But look, that wasn't the hardest of kick, but there's a lot of pressure on it, which made it difficult. He did well.
Rizzi with the restart finds Callum Affoni again. Not the man you really want to find. Will Homer digs for the ball. It is there.
It's taken back.
We'll have to keep this on the field of play now. You can't go for the touchline. Scarlets need a good chase. Biondelli takes it for Zebre. Will the Scarlets heed Tom Shanklin's advice? Don't really contest at the breakdown. Don't give any penalties away. Oh, Steph Evans almost got a left peg to that. Rizzi driven towards the touchline, but it's still on the field of play. Drake with the tackle. Kennedy in the contact. Jack Morgan.
Oh, he does well there. Listen to the ref.
He did. It was loud and clear. That's gone back. Who's on that? Was that Drake? No, it was Ed Kennedy. Now there's a chance for the Scarlets. Costello decides to turn Zebre, put them under pressure. Ooh, what's happened there? I think he'll have another look at this. I don't think we're looking at a try, Tom, but we might be looking to see who's carried this back.
Looked like the ball went over the try line before Zebre touched it down. But we're going to have a check just in case.
What do you think?
Slip. Has he touched it?
Oh, he has.
Ooh, well, that's not gone down there anyway.
That looks like it's touched down by Black.
Well, was it touched
And,
down?
the ball's
And
already
there.
over the
That's
line.
definitely.
Let me show it to you again, Sean.
Okay.
I think
it's short. I think they've carried this back. That's short of the line there.
He's touched the ball in the field of play first and then taken it back in goal. So it's a
Could
scrum.
you just show me that so I can see it for sure?
I can, yeah.
Sean Gallagher wants to have another look at this one.
Watch the ball now. It's in the field of play there, and it's pulled back by Black. Yeah. So
Okay,
therefore
so
it's taken
it's
back
taken
by
back by Black, so it's a scrum.
attacking five. Scrum
Yeah.
five.
Taken back, scrum.
That's worked out well for the Scarlets.
Oh, yeah. That sort of ruined really any chance Zebre had of, I think, getting themselves back into this game. You know, minute 45 to try and get the ball from their 5-metre line back into the Scarlets 22, or just outside in penalty range.
Space.
Minute and a half left at Parker Scarlets.
We saw the Scarlets have a similar opportunity to this. What, 10-15 minutes ago, Angus O'Brien throws a forward pass over the top. I don't think we'll see too much. You know, I want to see number 8 pick up the ball, drive it hard into Zebre, and then you just pick and go, and you wind the clock down. You can see there, Calamafoni's got it.
That's the play that they want. And here he goes, Calamafoni. Support is good for him. Scarlett securing possession. And will be the forwards that control things as Werner Krier goes. He's short.
No, he's not touching the ball.
Scarlets won't want to see this ball go out at all. Here comes Rob Evans. Can he stretch? Oh, he's short of the line there.
I thought he was in.
I thought he either lost it or he got there. That'll be another scrum.
Oh, look, initially that looked like he'd just got over.
If he had, I think Rob Evans would be saying so. And he's fairly quiet.
Short and then held up over the line.
Short he was. So that's what Sean Gallagher's decision is. We haven't seen it again, Tom.
No, maybe we will. But for an instance, it looked like he had just managed to
Good space again.
get himself over.
Decision. Guinness, player of the match, has gone to the Scarlets open side, Jack Morgan. You agree with that one, Tom?
Yeah, I think so. There's not been many Scarlets players really that put their hand up in terms of man of the match. It's certainly been one of the liveliest. Hasn't given away too many penalties.
A bit too low. Keep the height.
Nearly scored one of the tries of the season.
Keep that.
It'll still be a try of the season in Brenham, his hometown, I think.
Yeah.
There won't be much going on now.
Crouch! Bind!
Clock is red.
Yeah, they just want to kick this ball off. Really, I would imagine.
Well, maybe the task is made easier for them. Doesn't matter if they take the 3 points, really, Tom, does it?
I think
Because that takes a risk of going for the posts. If you just tap it and kick it into the stand, there's no problem for Zebre retaining possession, and that's what the Scarlets have decided to do. Angus O'Brien has seen enough. They will take a victory. That is enough for the Scarlets. They have beaten Zebre at Parker Scarlets by 18 points to 17. I will say this, Tom Shankling alongside me. First half was really entertaining. Second half wasn't quite the same affair. It was scrappy. It wasn't pretty.
It wasn't at all. We all thought, well, we did, Reece, we thought the Scarlets would kick on because it was an entertaining first half. They were positive, they looked sharp. But then they allowed Zebre back into the game with a poor penalty count, poor errors, and it just shows you a team that I think is still struggling. Yes, they've got the win today against Zebre, but they should have put this team to bed. They should have got the bonus point. There's no doubt about that with the quality they've got in that team. But it just shows you where they are. They're struggling at the moment. things aren't going their way, passes aren't sticking, they're lacking a bit of confidence. And then I think there was just a little bit of game management towards the end. Really, you know, when plan A, and that's the full out attack, isn't working, sometimes you've got to slow it down. Sometimes you've got to play the territory game. You know, sit back in the pocket, kick the corners.
Steph, I'll let you present Jack with his Guinness Player of the Match award. Congratulations, Jack. The result you wanted, but possibly not the performance?
Yeah, you know, it was all about the result at the end of the day, and it was good to get a win. But no, not the performance. You know, we let quite a bit of penalties away, which let them into our half and let them back into the game. But no offence, it was good for the boys. You know, good gutsy performance to get that win in the end and grind it out and to get the win. Yeah.
You started strongly though, Steph, but that sort of slipped away, especially in that second half. How frustrating was it?
Yeah, I thought we played some really good rugby, especially first 20 minutes, and that's what we've been working on, to play a bit more as we do traditionally. I think our discipline definitely let us down second half, and it was tough to get a foothold in the game. But you know, we ground out the win in the end, and that's what's important, especially going to the end of the season. And you know, it's Remembrance Sunday today, and it's just great to be out there with the boys playing rugby. Things in perspective. We take the result, and we'll work hard this week again.
Discipline, as you mentioned, a problem. It's been a problem all season. What can you do to tackle that now on a day-to-day basis on the training ground as you go and look back on this game?
I think that's the first thing. We've got to look back at it as individuals and our decision making, especially around the breakdown. It's a difficult area of the game, and look, we're working really hard on that discipline, and it's not going to come overnight, but it needs to improve drastically, especially with a block of 3 games away, well, 2 games away, and against Irish teams. So yeah. I
was going to say, it's a real tough month coming up, isn't it? Connacht, Ulster, then back here for Leinster, Jack.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough couple of games against the Irish, but we've got plenty to work on, and hopefully enjoy the next couple of weeks now.
Well, congratulations on your medal, Steph. Thanks very much. Thanks, guys.
Thank you all.